All right, I'm finally here. Oops. Think I'm all set up. I think I'm set up correctly. So for there. Okay. All right, you guys, one thing after another. I got a new internet service. Well, my daughter hooked us up with the new internet as she upgraded her phone. Seemed like a good idea, and lots of little things been happening with it. So we shall see. We're hopefully going on now, but I had to set up my iPad for the new internet, the printer, the just the little things that you're not thinking about in the moment that you need them ready. So I'm here. I apologize I missed last week. I almost canceled tonight because I'm having a hard time talking for too long without coughing. I do have some handy dandy cough drops, so we'll see what we can do. Hey, Dawn, we'll see what we can do to keep that to a minimum. But I'm feeling much better. I always get this froggy stuff when I get sick too, so it's not hopefully the bark is worse than the bite kind of thing. I don't know. So anyway, let me give you guys a quick rundown. Today is I didn't get my newsletter out yet. I knew I was forgetting something again today. Shouldn't take me long after the video to get it out. I got the third, which was yesterday. I got a post out, but the clearance rack has been updated. There's some awesome stuff in there at some really great prices. They have one of the Valentine's papers from like last year. It was a specialty paper. It was $16, I think, and it's on the clearance rack for $3. A couple of the stamp sets I'm going to use tonight or ideas tonight. The plaid embossing folders on there. The sketched plaid stamp is on there. So there's all kinds of cool stuff. You just got to go check it out. Look for the deals. Two new kits were released. Awesome. I'm thinking I'm going to have to buy the calendar kit. Even if I just use it for myself for like a planner for the year. And then each month, as I move through the month, I can put the next month's stickers on for the so that I know that the first month ended kind of thing, and I'm not limited to how many pages I have to write on. So yeah, just some really cool stuff. What else did we have start? I can't remember. Oh, two new kits. There was something else that started. Last chance list, kits, and I don't know. Anyway, you guys have probably heard it all already by now a million times. You've seen it. If you follow any other demonstrators, I'm sure it's plastered all out there in big ways. So thank you to those that ordered from me since the clearance rack has started. Oh, the join special. I should have brought over my celebration brochure just to show you the stamps that you can get in the join special. But anyway, we'll get into that like next week. Hey, Vesta. Hey, Julie. Um, oh, the partying's over. And you hurt yourself. You gotta call us for reinforcements. I probably wouldn't have gotten sick if I had been down there, consuming some NyQuil items with you and feeling better, and I wouldn't have maybe been getting sick. I've been consuming some not like the NyQuil I've been consuming here, I can guarantee you. Anyway, you next time he goes, you call us for sleepovers. Be there in a heartbeat. Debbie Green is on. Hey, Debbie. Oh, Reed's on. Hey, Governor. I wonder why she's slumming it on the old Book of Faces today. Oh, Mom's watching too. Gosh, thunder and lightning in Grand Rapids. Are you kidding? Well, um, yeah. Um, threw me off guard there for a second. Sorry, my friend is in Grand Rapids and I think she's spending the night, so I don't have to worry that she's going to be on the road. So I'm gonna turn my camera down and show you guys the card. So today I needed a mail birthday card, but I was also trying to fulfill, I'm still doing that November challenge, you guys. I don't even know what happened to the month of November, and this past week, it's all been a blur. I was good up until Saturday morning. sent Rita off on her merry way, and my body said, okay, you can crash now. And it crashed. So maybe I should know in the future, 3 days or whatever I had of a headache is telling me that it's coming. So ever since then, today's the first day I showered. Stuff TMI, you guys don't want to know. But anyway, I needed a male birthday card. Trying to fulfill some of those challenges still for that November thing. I will show them to you guys and make cards with you. I know you probably already got your Christmas cards done, but it might be something for next year or things that you can turn around into another event, a card for another event. So I have a couple versions of it. Like I said, I need a birthday, so it started out as the Christmas challenge for the mail card, and I just made it birthday. So let me turn my camera down for you guys. Let's come over here. And this should do it. This should turn it down. So the challenge for the November dealio, was a mail card. So I came up with this idea for a mail card, and it's a birthday card, but I did feel that it was a little too much on like the Christmassy side for my friend. So this was my inspiration. And hey Janice, thanks for joining, thanks for sharing. Oh yeah. Dawn, did you make that card with the grandkids, the one that we did with the markers? Anyway, this is what I came up with for Ray. And then today I decided I wanted to be a little more masculine, a little more off the charts. I should get hold on. I'm gonna get my color wheel real quick. I want to show you guys where this crazy color combo came from. I was trying to, not be Christmassy. So here's our color wheel. I gotta throw my cough drop in. Hold on. This is on I think you guys can order this now, everybody. I don't believe it's just open for demonstrators. I think everybody can order it. Just this new one does not have we got this one in Houston, and so it has the current in colors on it. Summer Splash, Ice Shamrock, Pretty in Pink. The one that you guys would order does not. And then it has the like the neutrals on the back. But I don't really know a lot about color. I just remember watching them explain like if you want a monochromatic card, put the wheel to the colors that you want to use and then kind of move it around and follow this angle. If you're using these colors are complementary colors, and so are these over here to whatever you've got in here. I don't know what analogous means, so I can't help you there. And I don't really know the coloring concept for triadic. I just know that they said the things in these 3 triadic sections will go together. Even though they're like all over the color spectrum, they will go together. So I knew I needed a tree in, I just kind of was looking at the colors, moving it around, and I knew I needed this for a boy. So I didn't really want purples and pinks. So I just kind of moved it around like this until it came into this way. So I went with shaded spruce, and I finagled it so it was pointing enough to Cajun Craze and Blackberry Bliss. I don't know how I got Blackberry Bliss when that's not even close to Blackberry Bliss. So I don't know how I got it. I guess my eyeballs crossed, and so maybe I was just jumped over on my own. I don't know what I did, but I know that I picked the 3 colors out of this triadic thing, but this is really cool. If you're just looking for something different to use, if I tend to like my blues and my like crumb cake kind of colors. So if you know that you want to branch out and maybe use a color that you don't use a lot of, like peach pie. I don't think I really have ever used much peach pie. You can come in here with your color wheel and match up colors. So if we go to I don't know which one we put there. We're just going to go to peach pie though. Let me go monochromatic. So if we go to peach pie, then we can come over to any of these colors that complement it. So you get it. You get how it works. But that'll just help you to say, I really want to use up some of my peach paper, but what am I going to put with it? Well, look down at your color wheel and find some monochromatic colors or, the complementary colors that go with it. It's just a cool tool. So I recommend one. And so that's how I got this. I pulled Blackberry Bliss. I crossed my eyes, I guess, really hard and made that line zigzag over to Blackberry Bliss, but I forgot my glue. But that's where I got this. So I went Blackberry Bliss, Cajun Craze, Wild Wheat, and Shaded Spruce color. Oh, and that's also, let me show you where I got. So when I went to the Cajun Craze, I saw that monochromatic color, that Wild Wheat was in there. So I figured then that was going to go okay and be okay. So let me get my glue real quick because I can't glue a card together without it. Still don't know where my little bottle's at. Got to be packed away somewhere. All right. So this is what we got. Oh, I didn't glue my inside in yet, but I got an inside piece for here too. So that I just kind of whipped up right before the video started. Let's get that in there so you can see what we're going to make. Just finish that off. And my friend Ray here, he's a huge outdoorsy guy. He used to like to go in his sleeping bag in the winter, sleep outside. And just like his whole head and everything was in the sleeping bag, and he'd sleep out under in the snow. So I figured a outdoorsy looking card was good for him. So I got my 8.5 by 11 by 5, or my 8.5 by 5.5 inch piece of paper in Blackberry Bliss. Oh, who's giving me the definition? I can't read all that. Oh, Tony, I'll have to read that after. Thank you. Oh, how much is the wheel? The wheel, I want to say the wheel's like $7, but I don't know. Sorry, Patty. I would have to look that up. I'll look that up for you and stick that in the comments under there for you. Oh, Dawn, sorry the kids are sick. I know that feeling, and I think you told me you were just getting better, so it's happening. It's going around. Hopefully none of my kids or family's going to be sick from me, because I managed to stay well through our Thanksgiving on Friday. So yeah. Now I got a 5.25 by 4-inch piece of Cajun Craze. Now I'm going to show you here, and hopefully I'm going to talk fast, but I don't want to drag this out too long for you. But you see this one. This one I used the plaid folder on. Back here, I brought all that stuff over behind me. This folder, Forever Plaid 3D embossing folder. This has moved over to the last chance list. So I was going to use it here tonight, but I just wanted it to be a little bolder. So everything on my seat behind me is crashing down. I did try the buffalo plaid, and that is retired. And I didn't get a very good image of it, so I tossed that one in the garbage. So I decided to try the sketched plaid. This is also now on the last chance list. I had to look that up and make sure it was still available. So you could use the Cajun Craze ink pad, which I'm thinking would look almost a little bit like this, using the same color like that. So I did not grab that. I grabbed the black, Memento black. Oh, thanks, Tony. $12.50, Patty, for the wheel. And I think you can just look it up and purchase it. It's available to everybody, which I think is awesome, because it is something that everybody can use, not just something for demonstrators. Okay, so I inked that up with my Memento, and then I'm gonna lay my piece right on here gently so I don't move it. It's not even, but I'm not gonna mess with it. I like to lay a piece of paper over the top, and then I kind of put pressure on it to hold it in place, and then I just rub around on it like this. And then you pick up the ink on the paper and not so much your hands. And that's what we get. Then I took my scissors and I just roughed it up. And I did kind of want it to rip and be really roughed up. Rugged kind of, I'll call it, looking for. It's nice for Ray. I haven't seen Ray in a while. He was one of my work husbands. We were good buddies. He and Jamie and Colo and I went to lunch pretty much every day for years and years and years. That's what happens when you work in a male-dominated department. I was in IT. 3/4 of the, well, more than that. It was just me for years. And then we got a couple other girls throughout time. They got a couple other girls. All right. So like I said, I'm really roughing this up. I'm just using the side of my scissors. And I kind of want it to rip a little bit. I could just rip it, couldn't I? I'm just going to tear it like that then. I'm just going to cheat. I'm going to fake it. Okay. Also here, this is a take on a card from Stisha Bloodheart, I think it was, from years ago, with a totally different, with this house set here. And she used other stuff besides what I've got. She wrapped some baker's twine, kind of linen thread around this and tied a knot. You could definitely do that. I didn't want too much extra because it is for my friend Ray, so I didn't want too much extra kind of stuff like that. So I'm just going to glue this on the front, but you could definitely add some ribbon stuff, some twine, because it's a boy card, I'll say some rough and tumble kind of twine stuff. All right. Glue that on. Boy, I do have that all roughed up. Look at that. You know what? I'm going to pull that off, turn that over. After I thought about that, when I place my trees in my house down, don't really want that big tear right there. Is it going to stick down now? Might have to go in and squirt a little more glue to make up for peeling that off. All right. That should be good. All right. So then I took my Peaceful Evergreens and some basic beige and my shaded spruce ink. And while I got them out, this is my inside piece. I'm just gonna use this while I got it out. And I'm gonna stamp my inside piece. Flip it over. We're gonna stamp our inside piece just down in the lower right corner. Set that back over there. And then I'm just going to stamp each of the trees. I need one big one, two medium ones, and two small ones. Two medium ones. Torn flannel shirt. Yeah, it does. Oh, Betty and Amanda. Everybody's getting their pretty Christmas trees up. I don't even think we're going to put one up again. Nobody's here. Kids aren't, we're not doing Christmas at home again this year. So, and I know for me, I could do it, but I got enough other stuff to do that I probably need a little Charlie Brownish Christmas tree so that I can, it's more manageable than climbing up in the attic and getting down all the stuff. All right, so I put all my trees on basic beige, and then I cut them out with the dies from the Peaceful Evergreen dies. So there's, and I think I was in there today, and I think either these dies or these stamps are on sale. So another tip, if you go into the clearance last chance thing and say you want this bundle of these stamps and dies here, look for them separately first. If you find the bundle, don't necessarily add the bundle. Look at the stamps, look at the dies, because a lot of times one or both maybe will be on sale and it will be cheaper than the bundle price. So check that out if you go in because you want something. So then I cut all those out with my dies. Like so. And then I'm just going to place them on the front of the card. And so I just kind of eyeballed where I thought I wanted them, how I wanted to fill it in. And I do want to stretch them out a little more. My card here is a little more squished. But my first card, I separated them out a little more, but I added the snowbank and stuff, but they're wider than what this is. And I think I like them a little bit wider, but I made a little bit bigger circle in this card. So we'll see if it ends up to be too big of a circle. But I guess I can come down further on this card. So let's just see. I kind of was tucking them in and around and in front of and behind and all that good stuff. To spread it all out. I guess I could do it like that. That looks okay. Give them all a little bit different height going on. So then I'm just going to kind of hold it down. This reminds me of when I would go get my hair colored back in the day, and she would just use that thing, that bottle of hair dye, just kind of like go at your roots or whatever the heck she would do with it. But I'm just sticking it in there. Maybe it's like using one of those basters to baste where they just stick it in the meat and squeeze the marinade in it. Maybe it's something like that. Who knows? Who knows what it is? It's just squirting the glue under there without actually having to pick it up and move it yet, because I want to kind of make sure that I'm keeping everything in the right spot. So I just am adding a few dimensionals to the back of those. And I add some little bit of glue. Take my backs off. And like I said, I'm going to stick that more down toward the bottom and see. Make sure I got room to put my house in there. Then I'm going to come in with some more dimensionals, and I want to really give my trees a variety of depth here and there kind of thing. That one didn't get stuck in there far enough. Just pop them up, pop the tops up, you know. Then I have my piece of wild wheat, and I have a 2-inch punch. Let's see if this one's going to be too big. Oh, I think on her card, it was supposed to look like a sunset or the moon. So, oops, let me stamp on it first. So I'm going to stamp happy birthday on it. I might find somebody else who needs a winter birthday. Or maybe somebody will get a happy birthday card for Christmas. Stamp that on here. I did use a smaller, the 1 3/4 circle, for the first card that I made, but it was a tight squeeze to get the happy and birthday all on the circle. So now I'm just going to take my scissors again. Scrape this up a little bit. Okay, that's good. And then I'm just going to glue this on flat. Stick that behind our trees a little. Whoops, can't go too far because you can't see birthday. Well, I'm going to have to. They'll get the idea. Maybe I'll turn it part like that so they see the whole happy birthday. Okay, then I'm going to use my scrap beige again with our. So my first card, I used the Yuletide Village. My resident creative director really liked that the house was small, and the snow. He liked the effect of that it looked like snow. My Grand Rapids director liked the bigger house and the different shakeup of colors. I'm going to use the bigger house on this one, but I wanted you to see that the Yuletide Village has all kinds of stuff you could use. Dwellings. I'm using Coming Home. It's old, it's retired, but it works. So that's what I'm using. But Yuletide Village works perfectly well. And because I didn't want snow, that's the only reason that I'm really using this also, is because when Rita and I talked about it, this one's not quite as, I'm gonna say, wintry, because the Yuletide Village has snow on the roof, and you can't really mask the snow on the roof, and I didn't want all that. This could actually be even a little fallish if you wanted, and use different kind of, put a little deer out here or something like that even. So doesn't necessarily have to scream winter, Christmas, but so now I have Cajun craze, some daffodil, and some crumb cake. And I forgot my lemon lolly. So I was trying to do some of the the window stuff in a little bit lighter shade. And I think I have to pop over and get it. Because that's just going to be too dark. Let's see, I'll use dark lolly and see. And I'm going to stay away from the edges if I can, because some of these are really alcohol-y, and I see that it fades my black out. All right, so we got, I'm in now with a little bit dark again. And you probably all know it takes a while for the colors to seep through and settle where they need to go. So you can always come back to your coloring. I'm going to do my door in Cajun Craze. And I'm going to start with my dark. Just give a little bit. I'm in with my light Cajun Craze, which does not look a whole lot lighter. Geez, I think it's raining here too. I can hear it. Debbie Schmucker Green, if you're on, is it raining at your house? And then I got dark crumb cake, and I'm just going to do the roof line. In that. Didn't know it was supposed to rain. I thought it was all snow. Okay. And I'm just kind of putting a little bit of a dark where I don't know why I'm thinking I want the dark on this side, but maybe at my Ohio retreat, is anybody good at coloring? Can help me, teach me how to color good? We can do some psychedelic coloring for our theme. Okay, and then I'm just using the light crumb cake, filling in the house a little bit better. The rest of the way. Normally I don't do all this coloring. And then you can see when you go over it a couple times, now you've got, you know, a little bit darker than maybe where you want it. You got to go over it again. And you can see if, I don't know if you could see, I must have a lot of alcohol in this marker because it's really leaving marks when I put it down. But I'm going to stop. Let me just fill this part in here a little bit. There we go. I'm going to stop. Then I got to cut this little guy out. I even thought if anybody has the new house set with a punch, Humble Home, that would also work on this. And you'd have a super cute punched out house. Why I didn't think to do that, I don't know. Oh, I think because I used it last week or 2 weeks ago. Not that anybody would remember I used it, but pretty sure I did. I want to shake it up. Got to use new stuff because I'm ashamed to say that I don't know how old this Coming Home set is, but I must have got it at the end of the catalog because I've never used it. Today was the first. It's all ink. So just so you know, ladies, gentlemen, you can justify a purchase years after it's made. You just got to use it once, Patty says, and it's justified. So took me a while, but it's now a justified purchase. So now I'm going to stick that on there. And I'm going to dimensional up the top a little bit. And glue down the bottom. And I'm just going to put that at the, I don't know how much of the down on the trees it needs to go. I guess I'll cover it. So I'm going to stick that there. Push that down for a hot second. Now I do have I made a bow just to show you. Like if you wanted to run it across here, it would give it this kind of a finish. And so that's, like I say, this one would be better. You would offset your trees to put so you'd have the string showing, maybe wrap it a couple times, add the bow. It looks okay. It just was going to lose the effect that I was thinking of for Ray. So you can do that if you'd like. Then we're going to finish off the inside. I got my trees on there. And yes, this is going against everything that I was talking about with the snow, not wanting it to look wintry, but I didn't like just the trees on there. Where'd I put the stamp set? Ah. So in here is some trees. I don't know what this is, or this. Must be ground. I'm not sure what about this. I'm gonna have to go look on Pinterest at some ideas of what they did with those to see how you'd use them. But I'm just gonna put this on a little bit of balmy blue. And I'm just going to put some sky up in there. Some falling snow. Even though I really, I didn't want the snow. That's why I went with this other card, but it wasn't quite so. But this isn't really Christmassy. It's just finishing it off. Then we're going to glue this in the inside. Here. Looks pretty good. And so there we go. There is our card for this week. It's my sample I made and the card we just made. And then, like I say, here's my first start out when I was fulfilling my March or my November challenge idea with, I had made this, I think I got another one. And I had a green background. Or maybe I just showed my Reedy all the versions of it. I don't know. Let me get out of there. All right. So you're back. I'm back. Got too many clothes on under these hot lights. Now I know what a movie star feels like with a roasting. So I'm gonna go. I will be back again, planning on next week, if not before, to show you some of these cards I've been making for this November challenge. And yes, I know it's December. I'm still plugging away at them. And that's it, guys. I hope that you have a great rest of your week, and I will see you again whenever. Thanks for watching, commenting, sharing, sticking in there with me. Greatly appreciate it. Good night, everybody.